Hello everyone, Gary Ray's REMAX Integrity here with Tim Tyler of Supreme Lending, and we're doing our December update. Since we were here last month, things have changed just a little bit here in the real estate world. Some good news, I might add, but we'll talk about how things have changed of recent. First of all, we'll talk about the fact that since it's now mid-December, of course, we're having a slowdown on the numbers of listings that are coming onto the market, as well as the number of people that are looking for homes at this point, because it's the time of year when things really do slow down. Just to let you know, though, what's really interesting to me is that we had such an increase month after month after month, but now if we go from, say, December 1st of last year to December 1st of this year, prices have basically stabilized as far as the median price range here in Lane County, which is about $435,000. So that's the good news if you are a buyer. If you're a seller, of course, you'd probably just assume the prices continue to rise, and they will in the future, which we'll talk about, won't we, Tim?
Yes, we will.
So just a quick little update for you. We got some, here we are at full employment. We are at the stock market yesterday reached an all-time high, and inflation has gone down, believe it or not. So things are looking pretty good as far as the economy is concerned. Right now we're at about 52 days that your home is on the market. That means from the time you list it till the time it sells, which is it's going longer than it used to because, of course, things have slowed down. But the good news is yesterday, which would have been December 13th, we got the news from the feds that actually the rates have kind of, we're going to talk, Tim's going to talk about the rates here in a short time, which is good news. But the beauty is we didn't do any more rate hikes. So Tim, you've got to be excited.
Very excited, yes.
So the interest rate is what, 15% now? What is it?
Yeah, we're down into the mid to high sixes, depending on loan to value and credit score and things. Yeah.
I talked to a lender yesterday, and they said that if they had purchased a home a month and a half ago, and I don't remember the exact price that they talked about, but they said that the payment today would be $400 a month less.
Yeah, I mean, for every 1 point in interest rate, that's just about right. You're talking about 300 or so a month, depending on the loan amount.
So saying that, what do you anticipate for the future as far as the predictions for the upcoming year? Because we're heading into it real soon.
Oh, absolutely. Well, really, I mean, the consensus among experts is that interest rates will continue to go down, pretty much keeping pace with the path of the downward inflation numbers. So it's going to be very slow.
Oh, of course.
But we really do expect the Federal Reserve will make some rate cuts next year. That's really pretty much baked in the market.
Okay.
So we do anticipate that.
So you heard rate cuts, not rate increases. That's a big change. So we're starting to, we hope that we've hit the top, and we're now starting to get back down to a favorable situation for both buyer and seller. Remember, interest rates is key to both buyer and seller, because for the buyer, of course, it's less money to have to pay out per month, and for the seller, it means that they're going to have more people looking at their houses, or at their house. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So Tim, you had a program for a while that helped people with a high interest rate. What was that program, and is it still in effect?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I don't know how many people are familiar with temporary rate buy downs, but Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac allowed, and also with government loans as well, to temporarily have the rate bought down. So it can start 2 points below the start rate, or it can start 1 point below the start rate.
So when you say point, is that like an interest rate 1%?
1% in rate.
1% is a point.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm going to buy a house and I don't like 7%. Could I buy it down to where I'm only paying 6%. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, temporarily we can offer that. One thing that we do at Supreme Lending is we do offer a 1 year free buy down, so it doesn't cost anything to the buyer, no cost to the seller for that 1 point rate decrease for 1 full year.
So Supreme is absorbing that cost.
That is correct.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a good
And
benefit.
for all government loans, we're extending that out to 2 years. So we will buy down to 1 point lower than the current rate, and that would be for 2 full years.
Oh gosh, but that would be for a vet.
And that would be for VA or for FHA or those that want to take advantage of the USDA.
Okay.
loans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get on my high horse again about the advantages of home ownership, and most of all of you out there know that there are advantages of having something that you own that you don't have to answer to a lender or to a rental owner, I should say. You can have the advantage of appreciation throughout the years. In other words, you're gaining some type of wealth production as opposed to just paying rent to the landlord and not getting any benefit from it. It also provides some safety for your family. And you buy your house, you can fix it up any way you wish to. You can paint it any color you wish to, providing there's not an HOA clause in there. But the point is, home ownership is a far better situation for you than trying to rent. Now, if you're only going to be here a year and then you're going to go to a different job in another state, that's a different story. But if you're going to be here 2 years or longer, you need to do everything possible to try to purchase a home for you and your family. So, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Nothing really. I would just hammer that point that as interest rates drop, home prices will continue to rise. So it's a good idea to lock in that home price now before they get much higher.
That's a good point. That's the other thing you have to be careful about is what Tim is talking about. When interest rates go down, that's great because now you have a chance to get at a home for a less price. The problem is now there's more buyers. And so more buyers causes the price of the home to increase. So there's a balance there. So bottom line, January is just as good a time to purchase a home as it is in June. So that's kind of how I look at that. So,
Absolutely.
So until, I guess I'll see you next year, January,
Next year.
about the same time, 15th-ish of January, and we'll see where all this is playing out. Until then, Gary Ray's RE/MAX Integrity, and
Tim Tyler from Supreme Lending.
till next time, take care.